So the Sony a7C Mark II and the Sony a7cR are almost upon us. No, unfortunately, they won't be shooting 8K, which was originally thought that it would, just based on rumors, but unfortunately it won't. But there are other interesting specs on these new cameras, at least rumor specs. So I'll be going over some of those. So if you're interested in camera stuff, Sony cameras, keep watching and geek out with me. And I'm not sure why I'm holding this camera. This is not the a7C Mark II. It's actually just an old 10-year-old A5000. But when it came out, it was actually pretty good. So welcome back to another video. My name is Mario. So if you're new here, please consider subscribing for camera stuff, filmmaking, photography stuff, video editing, and all of that fun stuff. And if you're already subscribed and you came back, thank you so much for being here. I greatly appreciate you. So earlier in August, there was a rumor that the a7C Mark II would shoot 8K.
Is it just a rumor or something more?
But unfortunately, that's not the case. But here are some things that it might have. So it might have a 33 megapixel sensor, same as the one in the a7 IV. It'll have the Bions XR AI processor, 5 stops of IBIS. It'll be able to shoot at 10 frames per second, have 10-bit color and 4K 60. There's no word yet on whether that 4K 60 is gonna be cropped like the a7 IV or if it'll be uncropped. There will be also a cinetone, which in my opinion is just standard on all the Sony cameras moving forward, or at least it should be. A 2.36 million dot EVF, a 3-inch LCD screen, 759 autofocus points, and lens breathing compensation. Some other extra features on the a7C Mark II that they claim that the autofocus will be the same as the one on the a7R5, which will be really top notch. You also have some AI features like auto framing that's on the CVE1, and apparently the same LCD screen like that on the a7 IV. Unfortunately, not the fully articulating 4D screen that they call it now that can fully articulate and also flip out as well, like that on the a7R5. So there are some photos that have been leaked on the a7C Mark II and a7R, and can't confirm whether those are legit or not, but at least it's very interesting to see what this could potentially look like. The a7cR seems to be a camera that will be like the younger sibling of the a7R5, and it apparently will have the same 4D articulating screen, the same IBIS as the a7R5, as well as the autofocus. We'll have 4K 60 and a 10-bit color, but the one constant that remains between both of these cameras is that they will both be a single card slot, unlike the a7 IV or the a7R5. And so far, the main difference between both of these cameras is that the a7R will have the same screen as the Sony a7R5. But if that is the only case, I can't see why it's priced way more than the a7C Mark II, but we'll see what happens. So there's also rumors on the potential pricing of these two cameras, as a7C Mark II is rumored to be about $2,500, which in my opinion is a little bit on the pricier side. When the a7C first came out, it was closer to the $1,800 mark, which was under the $2,000 for a full frame camera. Now you're approaching the $2,500 mark. I mean, there's inflation, but at the same time, I feel like it might be a little bit too expensive for this camera. But depending on the features that it has, it might be worth the cost. And the a7cR, it's going to be even more expensive, apparently $3,400, which makes it way more expensive than the a7 IV and only about $500 to $600 cheaper than the a7R5. So if this is the real pricing, it's a little bit odd to me. Both of these cameras are priced in the more expensive side when they're supposed to be a little bit more budget friendly because they carry the a7C name, but we'll see what the final reality is when both of these cameras finally get released later this month. Apparently August 29th will be the release date for these two cameras, so stay tuned. We'll geek out once those cameras come out, but let me know in the comments below what features you hope to see on these two cameras. And that's it for today's video, and we'll see you next time.